Hello, hello, Facebook Live. I hope all is well with each and every last one of you. As many of you know or may not know, my name is Vanessa Canteberry. I'm the founder of Inspired by Vanessa, where I teach people the importance of having more than a W-2 mindset outside of their job and also in life as well. Hello, Mona. How are you, honey? Thank you so much for joining. If you feel that someone could benefit, share this out. So, as many of you have seen on my latest status, that I have been blessed with someone requesting a bulk order of my recent book called Breaking a Cycle of Brokenness. And hey, hello, Dawn, how are you? And so Breaking a Cycle of Brokenness has been like my baby that I have birthed. And it took me a long time to get to that place. And for somebody to be able to see that the book has inspired so many people, and just to see the reviews that's taking place all over Amazon and on social media is mind-boggling. And the reason why I say it's mind-boggling, hey Don, how are you, honey? And the reason why I say it's mind-boggling is because there's somebody else that could benefit from what I've experienced, but somebody wasn't as bold and unapologetically enough to be able to share their journey, their story, their mess, their stuff. Because oftentimes we are taught to keep those things that hurt us and those things that confuse us bottled up inside of us, because you don't supposed to share or tell anybody what your household is going through. Well, that stuff was hurting me, and that stuff also I no longer wanted to be carried on to my children. And those same things that I experienced, just to hear somebody else is going through it right now. Somebody else is afraid to be able to say, this right here is hurting me, but at the same time I don't know how to heal from it. And so when I share my journey, I share it because it started with a prayer for my children. And I'm a teen mom. So that alone, raising a baby is a whole nother topic in itself, right? Mm-hmm. And so the funny thing about it, I'm honored to be my children's mother. I'm honored that I grew along with them through this journey of me figuring out how to break this cycle. I'm honored to be able to see that I was able to be broken, but now I'm able to be free enough, to be able to heal enough, to be able to share enough, to be able to inspire and more people to understand that mess that I experienced, that stuff that we didn't understand, that is some healing that could take place if you're ready and you open to be healed in those things that allowed you to be broken. But this is the biggest problem that we have. Too many people don't want to accept the fact this stuff comes from somewhere. Is a roots where this stuff started. And so I took the most things that broke me, and that I seen that it was a pattern that I no longer want to be a part of or even affiliated with, right? So I could be able to be free, so I don't pass that brokenness over to my children. And so these are the things that I had talked about. Hello, Terry. How are you? And so one of the things that I talk about in the chapter is, would you date you? Yeah, I said it. Would you date you? Oftentimes we get caught up in these bad relationships because that's all we seen our parents get involved in. We seen how our parents was treated. We seen how our father treated our mother, or our mother treated the next person, or how they allowed each other to treat somebody else. And at the same time, they went along and accepted it. And so now they didn't even stop and take the fact that, wait a minute, hold on. We got children's watchers, we got our babies watching, but nobody corrected the situation to say, this is not okay. This is not what you're supposed to accept. This is not love. This is love don't hurt, love don't hit. But because nobody stepped in to say, this is not how it's supposed to be, this is what we go along with because that's what we've seen, right? And so I no longer wanted to be that person to keep on having this attachment to broken people that will break me even more than what I'm already am right at this very moment, right? So I had to write this chapter of, would you date you? We are too afraid to be able to take ourselves on a date. We are too afraid to date ourselves, to get to know ourselves inside and out. But we expect somebody else to be able to come on and fix stuff, and we are already broken. We're not willing to work on ourselves. I said it. Yeah, I did. So, would you date you? That's one of the things that I talk about. It goes a little bit deep, of course. And then one of the things is the power of forgiveness. Oftentimes we don't want to forgive because that person hurt us so bad, and I would never expect that person to hurt me in this type of way. You're the one who's supposed to be loving me, the one who's supposed to teach me this, the one who's supposed to show me that, but instead you hurt me so bad that I can never forgive you. And now you're that because you choose not to forgive that person. I'm just saying they moved on to hurt somebody else, and you carrying this stuff for years and years and years to come, regardless of it's family, regardless of his friends. That was me. I held on to so much stuff that people have done for me that I thought supposed to be in my corner, the one that's supposed to have my back. And here I am year after year, more broken than ever because I did not accept the fact that I need to learn how to forgive them. Yeah, I said that too. But how many more people are walking around not forgiving people? How many more? How many people have you known that every time they see somebody, they turn their nose up at that person, and that stuff done happened 10 years ago, and you still turn your nose up at that person, and that person done moved on, and maybe they probably even grown for the situation, but because you still holding on to what somebody else done did, or somebody else done said, you still holding and blocking your own blessing. Yeah. That was me as well. And then at the same time, we have these children that we bring into this world, and we are not planting the right seeds for our children. And so now we are continuing this cycle of having dysfunctional children birthed into this world. And we just go along with it because what? This is all we see. That's all we do. And we choose not to go ahead and do something better so our children could be better. Because think about it. If you raise a dysfunctional children, remember those dysfunctional children that you done raised, they're going to be taking care of you at your old age. I no longer wanted to be that dysfunctional person because I seen what dysfunction looks like, because they continue on holding on to what somebody else done did, somebody else done said. Yeah, that was me too. Yeah, all of that. So I had to pray about those things so I could be able to know those things are not the things I need to carry on, and to be able to push into my children, because I want to be able to plant those seeds so they could be able to go back and water those same seeds. So when they have children, they could be able to say, you know what, my mama done planted some good seeds, no matter where she came from, because she was a teen mother, because somebody done gave up on her, because somebody didn't believe in her, because somebody told her she would never be nothing and called her every name in a book. No, my mother went back and she learned some new seeds to be able to be planted. Yeah, those seeds. And so we don't want to take this mess into the new year. We're going into the new year and we got to do better. We have to remember that there's more for us. But are you willing to be able to do the work on you so you don't continue on this cycle? How many of you know some broken people? I still know broken people. When I read my book and when I'm hearing their stories, I know you got to do the work on you. You can't wait for somebody else and expect somebody else to owe you anything. You owe yourself to fix you, but you got to be willing to do the work to what? Fix you. Yeah, that was me. I no longer wanted to be that person. I no longer wanted somebody else to put a label on me. I no longer wanted to be a statistic. I no longer. So I did that work on me. I didn't ask for their permission because I already knew that I owned the permission, and I had to be able to say yes to me because my children is worth the yes, but I have to be worth the yes to be able to say yes so they can understand that they are worth the yes. Yeah, that was me. And so just hearing the things back that people say when they read my book is just like, wow, I held on to this book for 5 years. 5 years. I was afraid to release the book because I'm giving you something deep. I'm giving you a piece of me. I'm giving you a part of me that so many people are afraid to be able to talk about. But at the same time, the more people that I connected with, the more people that reached out to me, the more people that would just tell me, like, how do I overcome these things? And I'm like, dang, I went through those things, so I understand. I tell people all the time, you can't talk about those things that you haven't experienced, but you want to give the best advice, but you haven't even experienced those things. I experienced some things, a whole lot of things, a whole lot of dark things, but at the same time, I'm okay. And I wrote it down in a book that's now a bestseller. But at the same time, There's more books available for you to be able to get, to put in your hand, to put in your library, to pass down to your children, to pass down to the next person, to be able to look back at your aunties and uncles, and to see that, look, you guys, it's okay to be able to be free from your own brokenness. Don't judge me because I choose to be free. And I can honestly say, when I look back at my book and when I think about how far I've come, I was free when I hit print. I was free because all the pain that I experienced, all the judgment that I endured, all the stabbing that I felt is gone. Why? Because I did the work on me. I no longer have to look over my shoulder. The only time I look over my shoulder and say, dang, thank you, Lord, for bringing me this far. Yeah, that was me. But there's so many more people that need to have the book in their hands to be able to understand it's okay. No matter how old you are, it's okay to be free. It's okay to understand you are worth it. It's okay. But you have to be able to say, I'm worth it. So as I go along and I write my next book for next year, I want to be able to make sure that you too could be able to get your hands on this book. So as I receive the bulk order of this book that I'm going to send out, I'm ready to send out more books to those people who are looking for this book. So I want to be able to tell you a little bit about the book and the chapters that I wrote. One of them is called My Thoughts Ran Wide, but My Pain Ran Deeper. Yeah, prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. Believe in yourself. Removing the layers is another one. Power of Forgiveness is another one. Would You Date You? And then there's a bonus in the book as well. I want you guys to know, break your own cycle in your household so you don't create dysfunctional cycles that's going to be carried on in the next household. So get your copy of the book. You could be able to go, I think I posted the link. I'm not sure, but I think I posted a link. If not, I'll post it again, where you could be able to get your own copy of this book. I am autographing the book, and whatever message that pops into my head when I'm autographing this book is going to be a personalized message to you. If there's somebody else that could be able to benefit from this book, feel free to let them know, or better yet, gift them with this book, because we can't keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. Next year, next month, the month after that. And then now here we are with more dysfunction going on. I'm here in Chicago. Just imagine all the craziness, all the crimes, all the murders that's taking place right here in Chicago. And nobody is picking up those pieces of those broken babies. There's nobody picking up those pieces of the broken parents who want to be friends. There's nobody picking up the pieces to tell somebody that that's not okay. But here's a better way. And so we need to be able to show them there's a better way. So you could be able to get your book from me, and I could autograph and I'll send it out to you. So you could be able to go into the new year free from your own brokenness. Because we all have it. I don't care what age, what color, what size. We all have it. Even men have ordered this book, and I was like blown away. Just to be, you're in Chicago? Mona, stop playing. Girl, we're going to talk offline. We're going to have to connect, love, in 2017. Make it our business to connect. But I want you guys to get this book in your hands. When I say get it in your hands, even my own sister, she read the book and she was blown away. She know a little bit about my journey. But my sister is 13 years apart. She's younger than me. And she was blown away because she said, one day I want to be bold enough to be able to say, I could be able to share my story. Everybody has a story, but so many don't want to share it. Share your story. Share your story. I shared my story in my book. And so this is my second book that came out this year. But God is good. God is very good. I never thought that I'd be self-publishing. Are you serious? Oh, wow. Self-publishing my own book. But just to be able to have this book in the hands of for thousands around the world It's blowing my mind. It's blowing my mind. So this is just the beginning. But don't let this be the end of you taking what's best for you and make the great of you. Okay? You got more. You got more. It's elevation time. We're going into a new year. You can get your book. The link is in there. If not, go to my website. It's InspiredByVanessa /store. And you could be able to get the book there. And I will send this book out so you can get it for the first week in, January. Okay, Sean. I don't know what that means, but okay. Can you see the book? Let me see. Let me see. Can you see this book? Breaking the Cycle of Brokenness. This Facebook thing is so tripped out how you got the books it's backwards. I hope you could be able to see it. But there's my book, Breaking the Cycle of Brokenness by yours truly. I posted a picture below so you could be able to see the book, okay? Get your copy in your hands, and I look forward to all your messages, all your testimonies about the book. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for allowing me to come into your households and your life and pour into you and trusting with me with a message to give you for the evening. With that being said, connect with me, InspiredByVanessa.com. I look forward to writing your whatever the message is going to come up. I'm looking forward to writing that message and sending you out a copy. Take care, be blessed, and most of all, thank you, honey. Most of all, remember, you own the rights to be free from your brokenness. You own the rights to be free from your brokenness. Be blessed.